Welcome back. Today, we're delving into a case that started as a routine shoplifting incident at a local Home Depot, but quickly escalated into a dramatic, high-stakes manhunt. This story underscores the unpredictable nature of law enforcement, how an ordinary call can spiral into a complex and dangerous situation. Buckle up, because this narrative is filled with unexpected twists and turns that kept officers on high alert. The initial shoplifting report. It all began with a call to the Conway Police Department. A Home Depot asset protection specialist, APS, reported a female suspect who had allegedly concealed merchandise inside the store before exiting without paying. While shoplifting reports are common, what followed was anything but routine. The APS provided a description of the suspect: a woman with striking red hair, dressed in a black jacket layered over a red, white, and blue shirt. This seemingly minor detail would later prove crucial in identifying her amidst the unfolding chaos. The APS described the suspect's behavior, how she had fidgeted with items in her purse before abruptly leaving. Adding to the suspicion, she allegedly made a comment about never returning to the store, as if she had no fear of being caught. Surveillance footage confirmed that she had exited through a back door, possibly triggering an alarm. This suggested a planned escape, making it imperative for officers to locate and apprehend her swiftly. Shoplifting cases often involve individuals who either act out of desperation or are part of organized retail theft rings. In this instance, the suspect's brazen attitude indicated a certain level of confidence, raising suspicions that she may have been involved in previous incidents. The APS noted that this wasn't the first time someone matching her description had been spotted engaging in suspicious activity at the store. This information made officers even more determined to track her down. Little did they know this was just the beginning. Locating and detaining the female suspect. Acting on the APS's information, officers scoured the surrounding area. Eventually, they spotted the female suspect behind a nearby Best Buy, attempting to blend into the environment. She walked casually, as if she had nothing to hide, but her nonchalant demeanor didn't fool the officers. The suspect, later identified as Samantha, vehemently denied the allegations. She claimed she was merely waiting for a ride. However, officers had more than just the APS's testimony. They had store surveillance footage. Samantha was detained, and upon searching her, officers discovered some of the stolen merchandise. To make matters more complicated, Samantha revealed that she had a scheduled meeting with her probation officer that same day. Her arrest meant law enforcement would have to notify her PO, further compounding her legal troubles. This revelation added another layer of complexity to the situation, as it indicated that she was already under legal scrutiny for prior offenses. Officers now had to determine if her actions violated the conditions of her probation, which could result in even harsher penalties. Meanwhile, just as officers were handling Samantha's case, another alarming report came through. The second shoplifting incident and escalation. While officers were processing Samantha's detainment, a second shoplifting incident was reported from inside Home Depot. This time, the suspect was a male, and the situation escalated far beyond a simple theft. Employees spotted the male suspect sprinting toward the exit, clutching stolen merchandise. Officers rushed to intervene, but the man bolted out of the store, determined to evade capture. The situation turned even more dangerous when he entered a vehicle and attempted to flee. As officers pursued him, the suspect nearly struck one of them with his car. This act of aggression shifted the case from petty theft to a serious criminal offense, assault with a deadly weapon. What had started as a shoplifting investigation had now turned into a full-fledged pursuit. The suspect's reckless driving put pedestrians and other drivers at risk, forcing officers to coordinate a strategy to stop him without causing harm to the public. Authorities quickly requested backup, preparing for the possibility of a high-speed chase. Officers had to act swiftly, knowing that allowing the suspect to escape could lead to even more dangerous consequences down the line. As the situation intensified, questions began to arise. Was this male suspect connected to Samantha, or was this a bizarre coincidence? Were they part of a coordinated shoplifting ring, or were their crimes unrelated? The answers remained unclear, but one thing was certain. Officers were now dealing with much more than a couple of petty theft cases. They were in the middle of a rapidly escalating criminal event that required immediate and decisive action. The high-speed and dangerous pursuit. Officers initiated a pursuit as the male suspect sped through the streets, weaving through traffic and endangering pedestrians. The chase led them from commercial districts into residential neighborhoods, creating additional risks for bystanders. Dispatch relayed urgent information. There were indications that the suspect might be armed. This heightened officers' caution and increased the urgency of the pursuit. As the chase intensified, the suspect made a desperate move. He veered off the main road and headed toward a wooded area. In a last-ditch effort to evade capture, he drove his vehicle through a shallow river. However, his reckless maneuvering came at a cost. His vehicle became stuck in the muddy terrain. Realizing he had no way forward, the suspect abandoned the car and fled on foot. Officers quickly followed, navigating the rough landscape in pursuit of their target. The final apprehension and aftermath. The foot pursuit continued as officers closed in on the suspect. His efforts to escape were futile. He was eventually tackled and taken into custody. Breathing heavily, he claimed he was injured. Officers immediately called for medical assistance to ensure he received the necessary care. The suspect was identified as Jeffrey, and his list of charges was extensive: shoplifting, battery, criminal mischief, fleeing, and assaulting an officer. Meanwhile, Samantha, the first suspect, was officially charged with shoplifting. Officers worked methodically to process the scene, collect evidence, and document the chaotic series of events. Analysis and commentary: the broader context. This case highlights a troubling trend. Shoplifting incidents are becoming bolder, and in some cases, they escalate into violent confrontations. Law enforcement officers must remain prepared for anything, as even routine calls can turn into life-threatening situations. Shoplifting is not just a minor offense, it carries legal consequences. In Arkansas, theft charges vary based on the value of stolen items and prior criminal history. A simple misdemeanor can quickly escalate into a felony if other crimes, such as fleeing or assault, are involved. Moreover, incidents like this illustrate the pressure law enforcement officers face daily. They must balance enforcing the law with ensuring the safety of both suspects and the public. The unpredictability of these situations highlights the importance of training, preparedness, and quick decision-making. Additionally, the growing prevalence of organized retail crime adds another layer to these cases. Retailers are increasingly becoming targets for coordinated theft rings, where multiple individuals work together to steal large quantities of merchandise. While this specific case involved two suspects acting independently, law enforcement agencies remain vigilant against such broader crime trends. The actions of the officers in this case demonstrate their commitment to public safety. They handled the situation with professionalism, ensuring that both suspects were apprehended without further harm to the community. The incident underscores the challenges faced by police officers daily and highlights the importance of vigilance in law enforcement. Thank you for joining us for this in-depth look at a chaotic and high-stakes incident. Remember, all suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe for more compelling content. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.